still alive that got hit with some of that artillery.
Well,
I don't know if he knows it was friendly or not. I told him once, I don't think he believed me.
Could you?
I know it was.
Could you maybe could you maybe describe to me how this happened?
Yeah. Him and me were sitting there with one of them little coffee stoves, spew makes noise, and shells coming on us that was scaring them. But I actually gone as far as a bright battery. It just scatters out of shells at the same time, almost at the same time. So the Germans thought it was automatic artillery. And that was our guns that fell apart in there. And I knew it, and I told him, I don't think he believed it. I don't know if he did or not. But I can tell you his name and address if you want to call him.
Yeah, sure. What's his name? I'll write it down that way.
Eugene Johnson.
So Johnson?
Yeah, and he was in the medics at the time, but he was with me at the time this happened.
Okay, so Eugene Johnson.
Yeah, Eugene Johnson. He was signed to the G Company as a medic.
Okay. And
you need his phone number?
Yeah, do you have his phone number, maybe?
Yeah, give me Johnson's phone number, Mom. Just a moment, she got to get it.
Yeah, okay.
One guy in my squad, I was a platoon sergeant at the time, and one guy in my squad was killed, a squad leader named Gabrus.
Yeah, exactly. I have. Yeah, it wasn't Gabrus. It was Gabrus, I think. Wait, I have his name here. I have his name written down here. Joseph Gabrus.
Yeah, I didn't know his first name. He was best I remember, I made him squad leader. I think he was a sergeant at the time. I'm not sure. I know I either made him or I was going to make him.
Yeah, he was a sergeant. Sergeant Gabrus. Exactly.
Yeah. He was one of my squad leaders. I was a platoon sergeant. He was one of the squad leaders. Him and I don't remember who else was killed, but I know he was killed there. And Jane and me, well, I was wounded there slightly, but not seriously. Just a minute, I'll give you the phone number. What's the phone number, Mom? 813 there.
And I just wanted to ask you again. So can you just tell me again in details, like how this friendly fire thing happened then? This when
I don't know why it happened. We was in a wooded area there, and then all at once it just coming out on us. And it was just there 2 or 3 days or something. Not long after we hit the beach, we went in around about several miles, maybe 10 miles or so. Little town down below us, I don't remember what the name of it was. I don't know what else I could tell you about it.
Okay, okay. And then out of the blue, this you got fired at by your own artillery.
Right. That I'm sure of.
And I know that I have I know that 2 guys got killed. There's this Joseph Gabrus that we mentioned, and another guy called Lieutenant Apperman. Does that remind you of anything?
Yeah, he was my lieutenant.
Okay, and he
Lieutenant Appleby.
And he was killed there.
He was killed there. He died on the way to the hospital, I think. That's right after he got to the hospital.
Okay, so he was also killed by the friendly fire then, eh?
Yeah, he was,
Okay. And this Lieutenant Apperman, I know that he was actually originally from Austria. He was kind of, do you remember anything about that?
He was, one time he was from Germany, I think. And he was a Jew who escaped from Germany back in '39, the way I heard it. And he went to one of our officer candidate schools and got to be an officer. And the poor man was scared to death. And had a right to be, I guess. But I lost him at the same time I lost Gabriel. And Johnson was hurt at that same time, the guy we gave his phone number to far ago.
Okay.
He's still alive in Florida.
And when you say that Apperman was scared to death, you mean because he was Jewish in case he was captured by the Germans?
No. He was just nervous. He's afraid of the Germans.
He was just nervous about what you said of the Germans.
Yeah, he was afraid of the Germans.
Okay.
He thought they were supermen of some sort. I kept telling him that guys think we would have hit him with a bullet or something, but he was scared to death of those Germans. He was a Jew.
Okay. And I didn't quite catch earlier on. You said, what exactly were you guys doing when the first shells landed, like these American shells? You were just waiting on this hill outside this town in France, right? This village or something.
No, what Jane and me was doing was making a pot of coffee. And we had one of them little stoves, the gasoline stoves, the one burner you can pump up, you know, it makes a noise.
Yeah.
It was like a shell coming in, and we didn't hear the shells coming in because the stove was spewing. And it just happened to us, boom, like that. We didn't even know it was going to happen. We didn't hear them coming. We might have heard them. Some of the guys may have heard them, but I know Jane and me couldn't hear them because they fell right on top of us almost, one of them did. And it sort of burnt my backside a little bit, and I thought it was powder burnt. And so after we got the dead and wounded taken care of, I went to the medic and asked if he had anything for powder burns. And he said, let me see. So I showed him my backside there. And it was just full of fine shrapnel. He taken squeezers and picked the little shrapnel out of me and took some side aid on me and so whatever they used at that time. I went on. I didn't turn into the hospital or anything.
Okay. And Sergeant Gabrus, did you know him well? Like you said, he was your sergeant at one point?
Yeah, he was a new man, a new sergeant. And I hadn't been with that platoon, neither had Appleby very long. In fact, Appleby was one of the requested I'd come to the platoon with him because he was afraid to go. And he made me wanted me to go in as a platoon sergeant. I was a squad leader before that, a platoon guy in one of the other platoons. But he insisted on me going in there with him because he was afraid to go by himself.
Okay then. Okay. Well, that's all I want to ask you. I just want to ask you.
Yes.